Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be covering Matias Corvinus as we talk about Hungary. Hungary is a super strong civ, and it mostly comes down to the power of districts and city-states in Civ 6. Hungary's ability, Pearl of the Danube, gives you a 50% production to districts built across a river from your capital, and this essentially makes all districts a unique district if you spawn on a nice river or two. But it does get a little situational. You're not going to have too many rivers, and you won't often find great adjacency for holy sites and campuses, but districts are the bread and butter of this game. Building districts gets you yields which will win the game. Having a good portion of your districts be cheaper, even if not high adjacency, will always be really good. And I find that it often helps me secure a religion in most games because I can get my holy site out quickly, even if it doesn't give me a lot of faith per turn. Later in the game, this will add up to being an economic bonus, allowing me to build commercial hubs even faster, which everybody wants due to your leader ability. Raven King, Matias' bonus, allows you to get stronger levied units. Plus 5 strength and plus 2 movement on them is not bad, and it's also 75% cheaper in gold and resources to upgrade those units. Whenever you do levy, you also get 2 envoys, making the city-state that much harder to steal away from you. This is the bonus that defines Hungary, and I love this ability. I play game modes on, so if I roll Himiko as Matias, the game is just a cakewalk. You're always going to be able to take out a neighbor as long as you don't spawn isolated. And if you do spawn isolated, build a galley, find a neighbor before walls go up, and you'll still probably wipe them out. I've taken capitals with just the warriors and archers I get from the nearest city-state to my rivals. If you get plus 2 movement and plus 5 combat strength on a warrior, it's essentially as strong as a spearman, and your archers get even better, so this is really super easy to work with. The best part about this ability is you're not using production to be a warmonger, you're using gold. Most warmongers don't expand early, because if you expand, you're delaying your conquering. You're spending production on settlers and districts instead of spending production on units, which you need. You're essentially trading your production into units instead of buildings, so you can use those units to take buildings from the AI and still have your units. This is how warmongering works. Matias breaks this idea. You build settlers and districts. You get your districts, they're cheaper, build the settlers, build your builders, but instead of getting Pingala, you get Amani. You bank up 200 gold, and boom, you get free cities from the weakest AI neighbor near to you. It's as easy as that. And while you're doing this, you also get the bonus from having a high number of envoys, which could be production in your capital and your cities. It could be most likely science or faith in your capital and your cities. It's going to get really good. Your capital is going to get crazy yields, and if you're at 3 or 6 envoys, which is pretty easy if you've levied with that city-state, suddenly you're going to get yields from every city with a district, which remember are cheaper for you to build. Then you take districts from the AI and you get yields in those as well. It's a snowball that starts so fast that the AI can't keep up with you. You're going to have science to upgrade those units, and you're going to have gold to keep those units upgraded and worth keeping around. I know it can be argued that the AI can take the city-state away from you, but if you're playing correctly and you have Amani leveled up to double your envoys, and you have your Diplo quarter down giving you extra envoy points, and you're doing quests while you conquer, it is rare that I've had the AI take my suzerainty away from me. Matias also has a unique unit tied to this ability, the Black Army. The Black Army is a Corsair replacement that gets plus 3 combat strength from nearby levied units, which you're always going to have. And it's easy to see this thing hit 60 combat strength when everything else has 45. It's really good. It's one of the few light cavalry units that I use to take cities, especially if I have a battering ram or a siege tower nearby. And whenever I'm not taking cities with that huge combat strength, I'm using it to pillage up the AI to get all those yields. Hungary's unique unit is the Hussar. which plays like they've imagined a different leader for Hungary. You get +3 combat strength for every active alliance that you have. The problem is, you're probably going to be warmongering so much with Matias that you won't have allies, and the whole world is going to hate you. Most games, I really just build the Hussar for arrow score, and I kinda always forget that it exists, and I consider the Black Army to be Hungary's unique unit. The unique building is the thermal bath. Now this is kinda good. It gives 2 amenities and 2 production to each city within 6 tiles like a factory would, and it doesn't stack. This is worth picking up, because as a warmonger you're going to have amenity penalties, and you also get bonus yields in your cities from your cities being a static, which need amenities. So with all the envoys that you're putting into city states and all the districts that you're building and all the cities that you're taking, the yields that you can get are astronomical. The city also gets 2 more amenities and 3 tourism if you have a geothermal fissure in the city, which you have a spawn bias towards, so you'll probably get a little bit. It's good, it helps you get the amenities you need for warring, but the tourism is not the best thing for Matias, and it's not the best unique building in the game. I love Matias, and I know I'm not alone in that regard. With him, I tend to play just a normal game. I get my scouts down, I try to go for 2, so I can get astrology and go for religion. And I'm also looking for city-states and neighbors pretty quickly. I tend to avoid work ethic as my religion with Matias, and I instead get the amenity religion, because warmongers really use amenity, and I don't need production for my army. I also get papal primacy since I'm going to be working with city-states so much. I get a quick settler out, get more districts, and the important thing is I'm exploring and completing quests, and I'm not focused on building units. As soon as I find a city-state within 10 tiles of a neighbor, and as soon as that city-state has at least 2 or 3 archers and a couple of warriors, I pop in a Mani, throw an envoy over, because I always bank my first envoys for this, and I levy it straight away. That will give you 5 envoys, which the AI probably aren't going to beat this early. I go straight for the capital before walls can go up. I use a hero if I've got one, and then I raise whatever cities I don't have the loyalty to keep. Having 2 capitals at the beginning of a game is always better than having 1, and with Matias you can get an early capital with no problem. From there, I just snowball it out. I've probably hit a golden age at this point, monumentality, and I fill my area up, I complete more quests, I rinse and I repeat. If I'm lucky enough to hit Himiko, the game is over immediately, because with Himiko you get free levies and you don't even need to spend money on it. Money is the gate for Matias. You need gold to buy units to finish city-state quests, you need gold to levy units, you need money to upgrade those levied units even though it's cheaper, so your civ ability is best used in the mid-game building commercial hubs for money. Matias is obviously amazing, and domination is obviously the best role that he goes for. You don't have the drawbacks of any other civ when it comes to distance and moving an army. If you have an AI across the ocean, just levy a city-state across the world and they have no chance of attacking your cities. You do have the huge risk, however, of being out-suzerained by the AI, so do be aware of that and watch your envoys, but if you play correctly, it's not a problem. 10 out of 10. Diplomacy also works really well for Matias. You're heavily city-state focused, and if you get your one early war out to take out your nearest neighbor and then peacefully build from there, you'll probably still be able to get alliances. Use the Hussar in military emergencies, use your district bonuses and levying bonuses to get extra envoys with trade and industrial city-states, and build those wonders and win. 7 out of 10. Science works well. You get so much science from city-states in literally all of your cities as long as you have a campus. You war out one nearby neighbor, see how many science city-states there are, levy them up, use your district production to build campuses, and watch your science explode. But you don't need to use those levied units in order to warmonger, you're just levying for the free envoys. Culture is the same. City-state bonuses combined with Kilwa and other wonders that add percent modifiers will cause your culture to boom. It really depends on the city-state you have more of, culture or science, so both of these victory types are getting a 7 out of 10. Religion is less good. You get no profit bonus except for your cheaper district, but you will get a ton of faith. Go for that early religion, see how many faith city-states exist, and make a call from there. 6 out of 10. Matias works well into all victory types, and it really shows the power of districts and modifiers combined with the flat bonus from city-states. If you have an ecstatic city, which is not hard to get with the amenities from your thermal bath, and you have 3 city-states with 3 envoys, and you have Kilwa, you'll be making insane amounts of yields. I don't think he was obsoleted by the power creep of the leader pass, because Varangian Herald, the new city-state leader, just can't make the same use of city-states that Matias can. Hungary is an A+ civ, and I love to play him. He's fantastic. Try him out and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Goodbye.